Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on my video. If you are new here, I'm a single woman, one income, first time homeowner living in Metro Atlanta, and I'm documenting my journey on becoming debt free. So if you think you're interested in following me along, please hit on that subscribe button. All right, so since the last time that I checked in, I think the only thing additionally that I've paid for is my T-Mobile, which was $147.08. This is slightly higher, and it will be slightly higher for a few more months until I pay off the phone that's on there on that account. And I think that's it. I think I paid my Peacock account subscription, and that's pretty much it. Everything else has pretty much been paid for. I think for documenting my debt-free journey, I want to do it from the 1st to the 1st. So from October 1st, and then I'll check in on November 1st to see how much progress I've made in eliminating my debts. And we'll do the whole coloring and how I'm keeping track of that and all of that good stuff. So because of that, I will pay my student loan and my home loan on the 23rd of October, which would be Monday. So I know that I said that I was going to post on Sunday, but I have plans tomorrow, so I'm posting on Saturday. Let's see what else. And the reason why I'm going to go ahead and post pay for these on the 23rd is because, especially for the student loans, man, it takes forever for it to post. And I really want to have like an accurate amount documented from the 1st to the 1st. So that's why I'm just going to go ahead and pay it a little bit earlier than it's supposed to be paid. Let's see. I think that's it. That's all that's left. I did get some gas. So you'll see down here on my spending, I spent $49.13 on filling up my gas tank. And then this is the total that I just spent at Walmart on groceries and stuff because I needed groceries. But this is slightly higher for a couple reasons. One, I needed to get air filters, and there's 3 that I had to purchase. And this is the amount that it was before I used my Ibotta cashback deals and my $20 e-gift card from Walmart as well. So I will subtract that here in a second. So because of that, let's just go ahead and see where I'm at in my spending and my monthly income. All right, so let me grab my calculator here on my phone. Whoops, let's cancel this. So we know that student loans is going to be $400. We know that my home loan is $1,600, and that's $200 extra towards the principal and $100 extra towards my escrow account. If you watched my second video on this channel, then I kind of explained what that was. So then we have $800 on the car, and there have been some questions about my car. So it's hard to explain the car situation. My previous car is a Mustang. I still have the car. It's sitting in my driveway. Now, the thing with this car, it's got 178,000 miles on it. And I feel like within the past 2 years or so, there's just always been something going on with that car. So many repairs done on the car. I had to put new transmission on the car, and it's like a money pit for me now. And as it stands in its current condition, the steering is going out. It needs new brakes. The tire pressure sensors need to be replaced. And let me tell you what, I've just been so frustrated. Oh, and then the AC will sometimes work and sometimes it won't work. And there is nothing more frustrating than getting stranded on the side of a state road, coming home from work in the dark, changing a tire in a business suit and heels. Okay. And that is why I chose to get my new car. Now, you also have to remember that when I got my new car, I didn't have credit card debt, and I got my new car towards in May. I got my new car in May, so $800 plus my $400 that I usually spend in savings. That's what, $1,200 plus the $500 I'm putting towards credit card debt now. It's about $1,700. And technically disposable income. So I didn't feel bad about getting a new car. My new car is also a hybrid vehicle, which means that I do save a lot more in gas. And it's way bigger than a Mustang. I do most of my yard work, which means that I have to haul leaves and debris to my local recycling area where they'll take care of it for me because I'm not allowed to burn. Well, I am allowed to burn in my city during certain months of the year, but it has to be recreational. And I found out that my neighbor is not the nicest lady. She has called the cops on me a couple times because my girlfriends and I will have girls' night at my house and sit on my patio, drinking wine and listening to music. And you would think, and it's during the day, it's like on a Saturday at like 6 p.m. And the way the cops, when they come and show up to my house, are like, the way the call came in, it sounded like you were having a rager. So that's not the case. So I don't want to burn stuff in like a burn barrel or something and her call the cops on me again. I don't like confrontation. So I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so that's why I bought my new car. So to answer your question about why my car is so expensive, that is why. Okay, so I hope that answers that. All right, so then credit cards, paid $500. That was $250 per credit card. I paid $86 towards my power bill. I paid $44.34 on my gas bill. This will be slightly higher next month. I already know that. I paid $24.78 on my water bill. My State Farm insurance, they're taking this out on Monday as well. That is $149.46. My chiropractor is $59. Spotify subscription is $10.99. My T-Mobile was $147.08. Experience subscription. I think I'm going to keep this, guys. I read your comments and I looked at some of the suggestions, but with this Experian, I get all three credit bureaus. I'm losing my train of thought. All three credit bureaus. I can see what my oh my gosh, I can't think today. I can see all three credit bureaus. It also gives me like a analysis of my spending and all of that stuff already in the app. Which is very helpful because that's where I get the $400 in spending kind of stuff, and then it also gives me alerts like predators and things that start to move into the area. So I think I'm going to keep this. I like it, so I'll just put that to bed as well. My Planet Fitness is $10. My Netflix. So I read that they were going to increase the Netflix subscription. I went ahead and updated my subscription for Netflix for like the one that includes ads. I think it's like, can't remember, it was $5.99 or $6.99, but I went ahead and just changed it for now. But I may end up canceling my Netflix subscription if they're going to increase the price, because while I do watch Netflix while I'm on like the Stairmaster or something at the gym, I can't justify paying for it when I already have Peacock and Hulu, and that has movies on there already. So, plus The Office is on the Peacock app, so it's not on Netflix anymore. All right, Comcast. This is my internet. I don't have cable. It was $67.90. My savings, I transferred over $500 in savings. And here's the other question about my savings. So, $500 is the number that I like to shoot for. That's not necessarily the number that I save every month. I know that there have been some questions about that, at least from my friends, like, what the heck, that's, if you have this debt, like, well, why are you saving so much? You could use that towards your debts and things like that. So maybe I I didn't make it clear about this. There is a number in my head for my nest egg that I want to reach, and I'm almost there. I would say probably by March or April, I should be at that number. And then maybe, yes, I'll start throwing more into my debts. So some of my savings into my debts. Maybe I'll still save, but maybe it won't be $500. Another thing is that this number isn't standard every month. So, for example, I'm going to a concert in December. I had a concert ticket that I purchased like 2 months ago, and since I know I'm going to go to that concert, maybe in December I only save $300 instead of the $500 because I know that while I'm at this concert, we might go out to eat before or after. We might grab some drinks while we're there. So I kind of budget for that stuff from this. And yeah, so this number isn't standard every month. For example, I like to go on running on runs with my run club. That's fun for me. That's something that I do for fun. And if I know that my shoes, I'm going to need new running shoes because I put too many miles on my shoes, then yeah, that month I won't save as much. So I budget for things like that. All right, so moving on to my spending was $495.65. All right, if we talked about that in my last video, where I went wrong, $49.13 was gas, and then here is the final grocery run for the month until I get into November. So my total spending was $5,085.92, but I got $37 in my cashback deals. I got the $20 e-gift card, which I used for that run too. And then, if you recall in my last video, I talked about how one of my friends paid me back for money that I lent him, and that was $350. So my total spending this month was $4,678.92. Not bad, but I have to be better next month, and I know it. Because I got lucky. I got lucky this month with the e-gift card, the cashback deals, and my friend giving me my money back. That's not going to happen next month. So what are some things that I'm going to do to be successful in the month of November? One thing is that I'm obviously going to budget a little bit better when it comes to my spending. But another thing that I'm going to do with that Mustang that I was just talking about, I need to get it ready for sale in the condition that it's in, because I'm not going to put any more money in the car. So I need to do my research. I have to see like what Kelley Blue Book says about it, how much it's worth. I have to figure out like how much would those repairs cost for the next owner and deduct that from my sale price. But I just don't want to go through the stress of going to a shop and getting it repaired and all of that stuff. Like I don't want to deal with that stress. And the reason why I have held on to the car as well is because my coworker, her husband, is like a Mustang enthusiast, and he already owns like 2 or 3 different versions of the Mustang, and the 2010 Mustang, it's a 2010. He doesn't have that, and he wanted to add that to his collection. So he was going to purchase my car as like a project. And that kind of fell through because they ran into some personal things themselves. So purchasing a car right now is just not an option for them. And I've already talked to her and told her that like I plan on selling it soon because of my insurance. If I can get that taken off my insurance, then this number should go down, I think, like $50, because that's how much of the insurance cost. And with the insurance, 2 things. I like to bundle my homeowners and car insurance together if it's a better deal. And I do shop for insurance every 6 months. I learned that a long time ago that I needed to do that. Long story. So I do shop for that, but then I also have to consider like, okay, how much is a homeowner's insurance coverage versus this other insurance coverage, and comparing it apples to apples. And right now, State Farm is giving me the best deal as far as coverage goes for my home and the vehicles. So I'm going to stick with them for another year, I think. But I'll check. I might shop around at the end of December just to see what I I find, because I can always change that later. Um, and yeah, so that's going to be my homework for the month of November, is to figure out like what I can get for the car. I did get a couple quotes from like those cash for cars places, and they're only offering me like $300 or $400, and that doesn't seem right to me either, because on the outside the car looks nice. From the outside the car looks like it's beautiful, but on the inside there's like so much stuff that it needs to get fixed. So we'll see. We'll see what I get from that. And someone else asked me what I plan on doing for like the holidays. So the holidays are easy for me because my Capital One card, the credit card, this is what I've always done with that card for many years. I use that card for everything. Obviously, I'm not using it anymore because there's a lot of the balance on it. But what I always do is just use it, and then at the end of the month, I just pay it off. And that's just what I've always been doing. And because of that, I get cash back on the card. So I usually use that cash back to go towards Christmas gifts. So that's one thing that I do. The second thing that I do throughout the year, like if I see something that I know my dad would like a tool or maybe a graphic t-shirt that my brother would like or something like that, I buy it and then I put it away. Every person in my family that I care about has I call them gift bins. And I don't know who I got this idea from, so I'm not going to take credit for this idea. I have no idea, but I've been doing this for years. And I just throw it in there, and then during the holidays, I grab everybody's bin and I wrap up their gifts, and then here you go, Merry Christmas. So that's what I do for the holidays. And as far as like for fun, because I think some people think that like I'm so like I live such a frugal lifestyle. It's not like that. Like for fun, I mentioned I go to concerts, and I understand that like what I find fun isn't fun for everyone. But like girls' night, my friends and I, we alternate houses to host. We come over with a bottle of wine, a dish, and we'll chit chat and watch movies and gossip and things like that. I mentioned that I like to go on runs with my run club, and sometimes we'll go grab like food or something afterwards, although I don't really eat out much, so I just kind of stick around and hang out with them. But and the reason why I don't eat out a lot, and I've mentioned this before, I have psoriasis. I also have arthritis because of my psoriasis. Long story. I swear, after 30, everything just goes downhill. I'll be 35 in November. But there are certain foods that cause flare-ups for me. And I try to avoid stuff like that, like gluten and dairy and things like that. But it's not cut out of my diet completely. Everything in moderation, of course. But I try to avoid eating out because of that. Like I want to take really good care of myself and kind of not getting flare-ups and not having pain. So there's that. What else? Oh, and for fun, I like to go hiking. I've talked about I like to go work out, and a good night, or my thing of being, my fun is reading a book on my patio with a glass of wine on a night out, like a nice evening is fun for me. I recognize not everyone thinks that's fun, but the days of partying and drinking and all of that stuff are way past me. Like they're just long ago in my past. Occasionally, I will go to the sports bar down the street. I've become really good friends with the regulars there, play pool, play darts, catch a game on TV. Really sad that the Braves were eliminated. But right now we're rooting for the Diamondbacks. So if you're watching the World Series or I'm rooting for the Diamondbacks. That's my alma mater. I went to the University of Arizona, so I'm very familiar with Arizona. So, what else? I think that's it. I think I've covered most of everything now in this video. But I do have a question. If you've ever sold a car, what advice would you give me? Like, I've never done this before, so I don't know how to list it. I'm not on Facebook. So if you have any expertise or any advice on how I can go about selling this car, please let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Just comment down below and give me some help. Give me some advice because I have no idea. All I know is I need to get it ready by getting it cleaned, vacuuming it, and just making it look pretty. And maybe I'll take pictures or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I have to figure that out and do my research. But aside from that, I think that's it. That's all of my spending for the month of October. I have a car full of gas. I have groceries until that'll last me until November. I don't expect or anticipate any more spending for the month. And what I'll do is I'll check in on November 1st. We'll go through and tally what my spending will look like. And I have it written down here. So this is where I will kind of keep track of it quarterly. Although quarter technically in a year is 3 months, but whatever. So we start in October. We'll document November, December, and we'll go into January. So this is how I will do it. Yeah, we'll see how I do. So that's the plan. All right, so if you have any other questions, please let me know. And if you stuck around this long, please hit on that subscribe button and follow me along. And thank you everyone that's commented, subscribed so far. I really do appreciate this community. This is awesome. So thank you so much for your support. All right, I hope you all have a safe week. And if you are on your own debt-free journey, that you're successful this week and every week. So I'll see you guys on November 1st. Bye.